Monday Night Raw Hot Takes, where I take your thoughts, your opinions, your hot takes from the previous episode of Monday Night Raw, SmackDown, and or PLEs. They bring back Shotgun Saturday Night. I'll do hot takes for that too. All right, you notice it's very late right now. I apologize. I'm a moron, and I corrupted all the footage early this morning of what I filmed. So now I have to film in between a break from work. So I gotta hurry and get this done so we can get some video out tonight. And if you want to win this belt, all you gotta do is comment below, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell, ding ding ding, notification. Please help me out so I can quit this day job and not have to do hot takes in between breaks. King says Roman should have a singles match and not a tag match with Jey. I agree. A tag match seems like that could be a great thing for a Saturday night's main event or even a Money in the Bank, but a singles match, SummerSlam needs a singles match, and we're already losing Drew and Randy into a tag match, so let's not lose Braun Breaker, Roman, and even Jey Uso. Sorry, Bronson Reed, nobody really cares about you because all you do is hold a briefcase right now. Oh God, Bronson Reed, he was so much more impactful last year, and this faction just does not do it for him. But what else we got here? We got Nada, can't wait for more Bloodline stuff. It isn't over. Rikishi's the new wise man. Rikishi the new wise man. That is hilarious because Rikishi is the Usos, their dad and Solo's dad, and he just crashes out whenever the Bloodline, any member of the Bloodline is booked even a smidgen too weak. Ahmed Ryan, no matter how many months Roman is gone, when he's there, he's the best thing of the night no matter what. That's my tribal chief. I think a lot of people agree with you because woo boy howdy, they pop when he gets out there. Here's Francis Sumner, all caps. I loved seeing my tribal chief telling off Heyman and his clown club. And okay, no more yelling. And I mean, it's all yelling, but I'm not going to yell anymore. And that Jey came out and assisted Roman with the two clowns. That was awesome. I'm always happy to see my tribal chief. He's the best of all time. I acknowledge him every day of my life. Roman Reigns, I think he got a fan in Francis Sumner. Roman Reigns acknowledged me. I don't think Braun Breaker liked Paul Heyman raising his finger and acknowledging and loving his tribal chief. Yeah, maybe he was a little jealous or afraid he's going to lose his spot. Or you know what? I honestly don't think Paul Heyman was doing it. I think he was being facetious maybe, or who knows, maybe he would have. Maybe he realized, well, Seth's not here, so let me jump ship. You never know with Paul Heyman. You know, he's a snake, and, you know, can you really be mad at a snake for being a snake? So, Braun Breaker, though, yeah, even if Paul was being fake about it, Braun Breaker definitely was a little worried. Here we go, Sky, Wonder Wolf. Paul Heyman is already showing his true colors. Seth is injured, and he's already looking for a new leader for this nameless faction, and Roman spoke facts to everyone. He spoke facts? I'm not sure about that. I mean, he did... Honestly, did Paul Heyman ruin the Bloodline? How did Paul Heyman exactly ruin the Bloodline? Because when Paul betrayed Roman, he betrayed him because Roman was actually kind of getting in his face because Paul Heyman was honoring a deal to his best friend, and that deal was to actually save the Bloodline at War Games. So if you really follow the path, what led to Paul betraying Roman and not the Bloodline, because the Bloodline was no longer really a thing at WrestleMania 41, I think Roman kind of rewrote a little bit of history. I mean, I get it, the victors write the history, and if people are going to cheer for you, you can say whatever you want, but, like, we got to kind of, you know, feel free to be on Roman's side, but, I mean, Paul Heyman was kind of, he was protecting himself and keeping his word, honestly, and his word was to protect the Bloodline. Sorry, I know I shouldn't dare say things that don't line up with Roman's truth, but, like, it was on TV. I've got the receipts. Negligent says, y'all know I'm about to start glazing. Roman came out and started demolishing on the mic the Bloodline callbacks, the way he controlled, calling Paul Heyman a dumb, you know, censored, just beautiful. Honestly, the way that he was calling Roman or Paul Heyman names kind of reminded me of the big dog Roman Reigns. This was a little bit of big dog Roman Reigns and tribal chief Roman. And I wonder if it's because this was honestly the first time Roman came out, I mean, like, literally, and cut a babyface promo. When I say babyface promo, he thanked Solo Sikoa, Sami Zayn, the Usos for helping him. He's never done that. The closest thing that Roman has done to being a good guy, a face, in the last, 4 years, is he helped up his family at War Games. He didn't even help up CM Punk until, CM Punk saved him. But, for real, he's never really thanked anybody for anything. And he also said that we were proud of Jey for winning the title, and he acknowledged Jimmy Uso. Those are the only things he's ever done, but in this one, he just straight up thanked them. And so when he started calling Paul Heyman names like he was, that was like big dog-esque. And when he was like, oh, I didn't hear you, that was like, for real, this was amalgamation a little bit. It was still like 75-80% tribal chief, but there was an element. And that's kind of weird. But then again, maybe Roman Reigns doesn't really know how to do a face promo as the tribal chief, because the tribal chief, let's make no mistake about it, he was a bad guy. And I'm not saying that as a bad thing. I actually like bad guys. But, there's this narrative that Roman is he's so great, so awesome, but let's not forget that he was an absolute horrible human being to Jey Uso and Sami Zayn and the rest, but particularly those two. He's just gaslit everybody into thinking that he wasn't. Boom, right here. Tongue Speed Man Oz, or OZ. Roman blamed everything on Paul, like he himself didn't kick his cousins out of the bloodline. He was manipulative and a megalomaniac, and now blaming it on Paul seems just lame. I know. We're supposed to forget all this because Roman was such a powerful leader, such a force of nature, right? And Paul Heyman's he's a snake, like I said earlier. But let's be real here. Paul Heyman did not kick anybody out of the bloodline. Nobody. Roman did. Or Roman was betrayed by Jey. Roman was betrayed by Sami. When Paul betrayed Roman, let's not forget what happened. That sequence of events, which I already said, but I didn't even throw in the fact that Solo Sikoa and his crew demolished Paul. And when did Roman actually call Paul to check on him? He never did. It wasn't until 2 or 3 weeks before Survivor Series that he called him. Remember when he called Paul Heyman and the number was out of order? That shows that Roman he just didn't care about Paul. We gotta face the facts. I love Roman Reigns. That belt right there will cost me a lot of money. I'm not saying spending money equates to love. I mean, some people think it does, but it doesn't. It really doesn't. However, I will say, when someone like me shells out money for something, that means that person is very important to me. And Roman is very important to me. I love Roman Reigns. His character is an all-time on the Mount Rushmore. I love Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, but there's not a part of me that thinks Roman was a good guy, and we need to stop letting him gaslight us to thinking that his reign over the WWE was this great, awesome thing. Yeah, he created stability. Yeah, he brought the WWE out of the pandemic era into the new era. There was a lot of stability, a lot of good things under Roman Reigns. But guess what? The Soviet Union had some good things too. They had stability. They had healthcare. They had some stuff that was pretty good, but they were still the bad guys, all right? And Roman was still the bad guy. So I love Roman. I'm the Soviet Union. That's where that falls apart. I was not a big fan of the Soviet Union, but I still love Roman, but he was a bad guy. And we can't be gaslit into thinking, yeah, this is Paul's fault. This is Paul's fault for honoring his word to CM Punk. This is Paul's fault for when Roman was just in Sami Zayn's face. Google Roman Sami Zayn and look at the pictures. Look at the pictures you find. You'll see Roman was a bad guy, and I like bad guys. I just, I gotta call a spade a spade. I'm sorry. Maybe the morning one, I didn't go off. I never mentioned the Soviet Union. Maybe I can find that footage before I release this one. All a lot of people heard was, he's disrespecting our tribal chief. He hates our tribal chief. I do not hate the tribal chief. I love him. but he was a bad guy. Okay, so let's look at some other stuff here now that hopefully I still have fans. For a babyface, this is Ron Talks Tabletop. Lyra sure does act heelish or is really dumb and impulsive, or both. Sigh. I don't think she's dumb, but I think she has a problem of, how do I say this? You know how, I think there are certain generations of people that don't take responsibility. It's like, hey, I didn't mean to cause conflict, therefore it's not my fault. No, it's your fault. If you create the conflict, it's still your fault, even if you didn't mean to happen. Some people will only apologize if they set out to do wrong. It's like, no, if you do wrong, you need to apologize. If you're wrong, just apologize. I'm so sorry that I caused you grief. It doesn't have to come from a place that you purposely caused someone grief. If you run a red light and you hit somebody, well, you are at fault. But I didn't mean to hit them. I didn't see the red light. It doesn't matter. You're still at fault. Lyra Valkyria is still at fault for a lot of things she has done. She just needs to take responsibility, and then it would be fine. She could literally be like, I'm so sorry that when I got involved in your match, Bayley, that I caused the disqualification. I was just really upset, and I know my actions affected you. That's all. But no, Lyra wants to be like, well, Becky owed me a match anyways. That's not accepting responsibility. Then Jeeb says, it bothers me that the WWE uses IYO SKY when she's not champion, but hide her when she is champion. Why? No idea, and it bothers me too. She's a champion, a great wrestler. There every Monday, and they didn't use her barely at all. I think she had, 2 matches during her entire title reign, not including her final. And now that she's lost the title, she's already had one match. It's like, Hezekiah Thomas, 837, butchered that name, I apologize. It's been long enough, I don't give a crap about Rusev. I knew nothing of note was going to happen when he returned, but I thought I would give him time. I'm done. Send him to TNA or something. That would actually be kind of cool if he went to TNA. But yeah, man, I love Rusev. I really did love Rusev. I loved Rusev Day, but I even loved him when he had the tank. When he had the tank at WrestleMania. That was awesome, Rusev. And it's not landing right now. Not landing right now. I know some people will love Rusev and that match. Let me see if I can find anybody that loves the match. Here we go. Double O Bandy. Yo, keep running Sheamus versus Rusev match all night. Yeah, so this was a throwback. This was a throwback to the 80s, 2 big dudes just clobbering each other. But I don't know. We now live in an age of Canadian destroyers, So this match was just awesome in the 80s, right? But if that same crowd that would have loved this match in the 80s saw a Canadian destroyer, I don't even know if their minds could wrap their heads around what that move looks like. So now we live in a day and age where Canadian destroyers are just commonplace. So a match from the 80s is just holy crap, it's just two turtles just trying to clobber each other, and not the Ninja Turtle, not those turtles. I'm talking actual turtles. And so I get it. I see the value in that match, but it just doesn't land anymore. And again, I'm just going to keep saying it. Every time I see Rusev and Sheamus, I'm like, guys, just do what Bronson Reed and Braun Strowman did. Literally, just do that. Whatever they did, do it 1-to-1, and we'll be like, yes, greatest thing ever. The Real Bumpy Davis says, I swear this was the worst Raw maybe ever, and I've been watching since 98. This crap was horrible. Crowd had holes. Okay, so I definitely don't think it was the worst ever since 98. Wow, you remember Raw Underground? It was just Raw without ropes. Almost was a ninja. But okay, if this was the worst, then okay. But the crowd had holes. Are you talking about people weren't buying? I'll tell you this. I am from Houston, and gosh, I wish I had been there, but I make poor money decisions. I have to feed my caffeine addiction, and I couldn't just afford a ticket. But I will say this, I did keep refreshing to see if there was who knows, maybe there's like a $50 ticket somewhere. And it was sold out. So if there were holes, those people just didn't show up, but they did pay for a ticket because it was sold out. Tiz Mickey says, I'm really glad LWO won the #1 contender match. I thought they were pretty awesome for a while. Tiz Mickey, you tend to like someone just about a month or two before they heat up. Seth Rollins might want to call you. You might be the Oracle. And we'll see. Yeah, it was definitely a decision to let the LWO win. I mean, why not? I mean, they're probably just going to be fed to Judgment Day, but hey, at least we get a match. Plus, the LWO, I still don't know their names, Hat Guy, No Hat Guy, but like, holy crap, they are talented. There have been multiple matches where I'm kind of like low-key making fun of them, and then they just start performing in a way where I'm like, wait a second, and then I just get lost in their match. They are pound for pound some of the best wrestlers in WWE. It's just unfortunate that in WWE, we're more about personality. And hey, I'm guilty of it too. I'm like, oh wow, cool. I love Otis, even though the LWO could run circles around him. Probably a bad example because of the weight classes, but I think you get what I mean. But yeah, I'm happy they get some spotlight. Maybe I should learn their names. Also, there is no way I will ever believe that the man who tapped out Gunther, Jey Uso, at Mania, and the man who was WWE champion for 4 years, Roman Reigns, will ever lose to Braun and Bronson. I don't care how they build them up. Yeah, if this is just a tag match, it don't matter. It don't matter. Like, Roman is gonna win. Like, I guess if Seth Rollins figures out a way to do it, but like, it's not happening. Not happening. And they've already used Hikuleo. Hikuleo might have came in and been like, a Paul Heyman, trump card, but they've already used him. No way is Jey Uso and Roman, they're not losing. Now, if we single them up and they use this to heat up Bronson Reed, maybe Bronson Reed could beat Jey Uso. But yeah, Roman's not losing. The Amber La, or LA, I attended live. Roman was eating with Jey. Oh, I'm so jealous. I wasn't a huge fan of this Raw, I'm going to be honest. I think it was like a 6 I gave it on the Chopometer, and I think I had like 18 to 21 yawns, but I would have loved to be there. I could see it being way cooler there, especially seeing Roman. Not many times you're going to get to see Roman again. So bummed I didn't get to see it. I'm very jealous of you, and I'm very happy for you. Bishop Marley, Rusev and Sheamus should just probably tag as the unofficial Bar 2.0. Yeah, we're definitely going that way. Let's just announce the best out of 7 match, and then get to the Bar. I love the Bar. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Sheamus and Cesaro, who is Claudio Castagnoli in AEW, they pretty much had this. They fought each other just like Rusev and Sheamus are fighting to see who was the better, and then eventually they became a tag team, and they were low-key one of the best tag teams around. It was just Usos and the New Day overshadowed them, but definitely the Bar, they were the Bar. Go Buggy, I think Papa H needs to turn Sami Zayn heel and Karrion Kross babyface, because everybody loves Kross. I could see it. I could totally see it. But the problem is, if Karrion Kross turns babyface, do we lose what we loved about Kross? If he's a babyface, how's he going to start getting in people's ears and trying to turn them evil? You know what I mean? So maybe he has to do something more vicious. And Sammy's not turning until after next year's WrestleMania. Riyadh has Royal Rumble. He's winning that Royal Rumble. Guaranteed. Well, kind of guaranteed. Almost guaranteed. 50%. 20%. 25%. 25% sure, 26% sure Sami Zayn is going to totally take the Rumble. Craig's Hill, Raw was forgetful. Stephanie and Io was very good, but then overstayed its welcome, and we all knew a DQ was a coming. I agree, it did overstay its welcome. In fact, all matches stayed its welcome. One of the complaints about going to losing the 3-hour SmackDown is that, oh well, we can't push people that wouldn't get pushed. And no, they still didn't push Carmelo Hayes when it was 3 hours. And here's the deal. If they would have taken 10 minutes off of Rusev and Sheamus, 6 minutes off of Io and Stephanie, and maybe 6 minutes off of the women's tag match, we could have fit 1 to 2 more matches in there highlighting someone. Like, El Grande Americano could have got a match against Tozawa even. It's like we could have did something, or we could have had some kind of angle, a talk show. We could have done something to push someone. You're right, it did overstay its welcome just by a smidge, but all the matches did. Sabin Esco, I love the AJ Dom segments. They are funny. I love them too. I heard the narrative that WWE is giving AJ a comedy act right now to lessen his character in case he does go to AEW in about a year. And that's like bub kiss. Bub kiss. Read my lips. Bub kiss. All right, it's like, no way, this is awesome. I'm loving AJ Styles right now. It's like I haven't seen him in an angle. I can't remember. Honestly, the last angle I can think of was like, it was him, the retirement thing with Cody. He didn't he get beat up at his house by LA Knight after that? Like, what he fought the Undertaker in the Boneyard? It's like, I love that this, and it's a kind of a new side, and it's not slapstick humor. It's just AJ. It's almost like AJ being a dad and putting on just random outfits and surprising like the millennial or the kid, the teenager, and the teenager's getting embarrassed. It's like that kind of humor, and I'm like all for it. I'm literally, low-key is one of my favorite feuds, and they barely done anything. We're here for wrestling. Rusev is absolutely boring, so another person not liking Rusev. Man, he's so good though. He is so good, but I totally get why nobody is liking him. In fact, if I didn't know how good he was and seen him in a tank before, I probably wouldn't like him either. But, God, WWE did him so wrong, did him so dirty when he left the first time around. Alfonso Passion, the way Paul said that Seth is out for a very, very long time makes me seem like he's actually coming sooner. That's the rumor that Seth is not really hurt. But then again, I also heard a rumor that the reason why Roman was gone was because he was having a 6th kid. It wasn't even like rumor says, it was like Roman's gone because his wife just had a child. And then Roman returns and he's like, no, I didn't. 5 and done. Go watch my video from 2 days ago, from yesterday, not the one take one shot, but literally Roman says 5 and done in it. So it's like rumors say Seth is coming way sooner than later, and it's all a ruse, but rumors, they tend to be wrong. Nada, 23, LWO deserves this. In no way do I think they will win, but I hope it does something good for them. Please, Zelina, be their mouthpiece. Yeah, I wish they didn't let Zelina talk when she had a championship. I don't think they're going to let her talk now, but I am happy for the LWO. They definitely deserve this. I'm not a huge fan of them, but like you can tell that they're good guys. Akmal Ryan, a couple more. AJ Styles is actually too funny. This has to be the best character work in a long time. Absolutely agree. Can someone please explain to me why Bayley and Lyra got a tag match? Just the inconsistent booking of the championships. I guess the thought process is that they did not get their match at WrestleMania, so they were owed, but it's like, okay, well, just make it after WrestleMania, or make it after SummerSlam. I get it, it's to further the whole angle of Becky, Lyra, and Bayley, but it's still unfair to the actual champions. Just make it for a night after WrestleMania. Kayfabe-wise, we're talking kayfabe, and if Bayley and Lyra would have won, well, that would have been unfair to Charlotte and Alexa, who are training for different opponents. So it's like, it made no sense. And 4, I hope Grayson Waller is a good addition to the New Day. And what is Triple H going to do to Austin Theory now? He's going to do what he's been doing since WrestleMania, 39? And that is, 38, and that is absolutely nothing. For some reason, Triple H hates Austin Theory. Jimbo Slice, Gunther should squash Punk like Lesnar did to Cena. Ooh, that would be interesting. It would definitely restore Gunther's aura to shift into a new gear against Raw top stars. Ooh, that would be very interesting. Not like Goldberg to Lesnar, but Lesnar to Cena, because that match was like, it was like a 12-minute squash match of just like Lesnar just beating up John, and we just kept waiting for the comeback, and it never happened. Oh, I don't think they'll do that. but like, I don't know. Like, honestly, why not? It could put Punk on a very, like, I don't know, path of self-doubt that he doesn't recover until maybe WrestleMania when he fights Cody Rhodes. Like a Gunther squash on Punk. People would riot. Some people would laugh. I think if the story was told right, because I remember that match. I remember it was a SummerSlam, and I remember John Cena just getting suplex after suplex. That's where Suplex City came from, actually, that match. And for John to get squashed by Brock the way he did, nobody saw it coming. And if Gunther did that to Punk, that would be amazing. I actually would kind of like that. And I'm a big CM Punk fan, but I do think I would like almost a one-sided affair, and not a quick one either. Just for some reason, Punk can't get out the gates. Not gonna happen though. Not gonna happen. But that would be something. That would be something. All right, well, we're gonna have to end this real soon because my camera keeps overheating and I gotta get to work. Donatello Leonardo, the episode was really making me feel the burnout of oversaturation. I should be pumped for the matches and builds we have for SummerSlam, but I barely felt able to pay attention last night and decided to just catch up on highlights this morning. That's fair. Honestly, I think this card and this build, even though it's only been like 3 weeks, is like almost better than WrestleMania 40. It seemed like they were trying too hard to get everybody on the card at WrestleMania 40, and I'm really thinking that the matches, with the exception of 1 or 2, is like really stellar for SummerSlam. And yet, just too many PLEs. It's making us not as excited as we should be because we're getting that huge dopamine hit every 3 weeks. Between War Games and WrestleMania, there was like 4 events? And between SummerSlam and WrestleMania, there's like 1 event every 3 weeks. It's just too much. Heck, last week or 2 weeks ago, we had 2 events on 1 weekend, and that's not even including NXT. So, like, I get you, Donatello Leonardo. It's OTW. Lyra just gets better on the mic each week. I remember at one point I couldn't get behind her, but this Becky feud brought it out. Yeah, Becky Lynch. But you call her Becky Hogan all you want, but, like, you're wrong. You are absolutely wrong. Becky is getting the Intercontinental belt over and Lyra over. So when Becky does go back to the main event, Lyra will have been established, and Lyra's doing a great job. And even Bayley, honestly, has come out of this feud looking good and renewed her character. The DM link. So when CM Punk said you only have 2 weeks to prepare, you think that was a jab at Goldberg? Honestly, I didn't catch that, but maybe it could be. It definitely could be because CM Punk, he usually loves to put little Easter eggs in whatever he says, and Goldberg was a big old baby. Go check out my interview that I released on Sunday. It's a whole hour long of me breaking apart Goldberg's interview on why he's just a giant crybaby, a loser, and was horrible for the business. and I try to be as impartial as possible. Just kidding. I was not impartial at all, and I don't think I need to be because the guy he was a cancer to this beautiful sport of wrestling. Oh, but Chop, you're so positive, and when you speak ill of Goldberg, I don't know. Okay, continue not knowing. It's cool, Goldberg's the one. Goldberg's the one that I hate. Oh, but hate's such a strong word. I know. I know. And then we'll close it with Martin Brony. We got the Waller Theory breakup has to be the most disappointing thing in recent times. Holy crap. What was that? They broke up like that? This breakup has been happening since WrestleMania 40. And it's like literally 1.5 years later, and they're cheering for Austin Theory, and they're hating on Waller, and what? And we're going to break it up by Austin Theory just being injured, and Grayson Waller coming up to the New Day and saying, hey, good news, I'm available. I got rid of the dead weight because he's injured. That sucks. That flat out sucks. And there was one other development. Austin Theory was recently on an episode of Main Event, nobody knows where that airs, against Grande Americano, and they were cheering for Austin, and Grayson tweeted, they love mediocrity. That was their whole breakup angle. Come on. That is lame. That is lame sauce. That is a lame burger with lame sauce with an extra side of lame pickles, lame everything. Holy crap, onion, lame rings, and everything. You just had a whole happy meal, a lame meal actually, a lame meal of just, it was just lame. It was so lame that's how we break him up. Triple H, if you hate Vince McMahon that much because Austin Theory was Vince's boy, I don't know. Like, wow, you hate Vince that much, dude? It's like he's still the grandfather of your kids. Like, can we not take it out on Austin Theory? Jeez Louise, that was the worst breakup tag team I think I've ever seen. Yeah, that was the ball dropped so hard. That ball was like, it was like a family had the ball, right? And they were visiting the Grand Canyon and they dropped the ball and it went all the way down into the Grand Canyon. That's how far Triple H dropped the ball on Austin Theory and the Grayson Waller A-Town Down Under tag team. And, come on, Triple H. Like, what's the deal? Like, what happened? Did Grayson Waller, like, did he refuse to advertise something for TKO? What is going on here? I don't know. But there you go. That's hot takes for you. Those are your hot takes for Monday Night Raw. Sorry again it took so long. And yeah, I got a lot of work to do. So hopefully I'll get a video out tomorrow. Don't want to break the streak. I'll figure out a way to get a video tomorrow. Have yourselves a great night.